1967, the band was around for 5 years now. Construction of the World Trade Center was underway, and it was also the beginning of the busiest time for the FDNY, what they called the war years. Whole city blocks were burning down in the South Bronx, leaving decay and ruin in its wake. Some say it looked like Berlin after World War II. 1967 was also the year the band was asked to perform on the most popular variety show of the day, The Ed Sullivan Show.
Live from New York, Ed Sullivan.
It's very exciting to see us on TV because TV has come a long way since then.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the Emerald Society New York Fire Department Pipe Band on St. Patrick's Show. Come on.
It was a great day. It was just a really great day to be on national TV like that. Everyone's family was there, and it was just a nice day.
Oh, it was amazing. Fabulous. It was fabulous. I had to stay home because I had 2 babies. And I watched it on TV. It was like unbelievable. They're on the Ed Sullivan Show.
It was a tremendous, prideful thing for the band, but it was also a great boost to the fire department.
It was like the first national exposure of that magnitude that the job ever had.
And then when he brought Jimmy Corcoran out.
In introducing New York City's Fire Department Emerald Society Pipe Band, I'd like to tell you about one of them, James Corcoran.
The night before we went to the show, Jimmy Corcoran made a fabulous rescue in 19 truck. And he went on about Jim Corcoran,
who last midnight here in our city saved a 2-year girl, a 3-year-old boy.
He was laying his stuff on.
We have this hero firefighter here, this James Corcoran, risking his life. He got this woman and 2 children out.
Here is Jim Corcoran. I was telling you what he did last night.
I was taking pictures into the TV like I was going to get something, you know, back in that. And I was like, I'm missing everything. What the hell is this?
After the performance, the guys in the band took a liking to the giant FDNY logo that was hanging behind them on stage and decided to take it home with them as a sort of souvenir.
It was something. It was enormous.
So we got a razor knife, we cut it, put it in the station wagon, and drove it up to 73 engine. It was up there for years, up on the wall. Then we had the picture taken in Cardinal Hayes of the whole band. And we brought it out of retirement.
It was beautiful. Now, I tell you the truth, I'm not sure where it is today. You know?
After the Ed Sullivan Show, it was decided that the band needed someone out front, a drum major to lead the band, to be the face of the band. And who better for the job than Big Jim Corcoran?
He was big. He was about 6'3" or 4", and then with the Busby on, he looked like he was 8 feet tall.
Absolute great presence. Just his size and his bulk and his...
He was the star of our band, there's no doubt about it. You just watch the reaction from all the people. He was just a massive guy, that's what he used to say, massive man.
For the next 20 years plus, Jim Corcoran would be the drum major and ceremonial leader of the FDNY Pipes and Drums. When he would show up at parades and events, it is said that the band doubled in size. That's the type of presence he held. He was not only the face of the band, but he was also the face of the New York City Fire Department. But that would all tragically change on St. Patrick's Day, 1995.
I used to meet Jimmy every St. Patrick's Day morning at his house. We drive down. Jimmy wasn't feeling that good. But anyway, I didn't think anything about it.
Couldn't ask for a better day for St. Patrick's Day. Bright, sunny day, nice spring day.
I believe we're now looking at the Fire Department, New York City, Emerald Society pipe band. Each one of these Emerald Societies have brilliant pipe bands. Let's see if we can pick up some of their music.
At the end of the parade, I was soaking wet, and he didn't look good.
Yeah, in fact, he said to somebody, he says, I think this might be my last parade. And sure enough, you know, it ended up being his last day.
We finished the parade, and I went up to Jimmy and I said, I'm going to take the train. And somehow we got separated.
You know how crowded the train station is. I mean, the trains are crowded. And I was like one of the last guys in, and Jimmy was sitting on the bench. And I said, Jimmy, come on, there's room. And he says, go ahead. I'm okay, just go ahead.
Retired fireman Jimmy Corcoran proudly led the Emerald Society Bagpipe Band up Fifth Avenue only hours before. He had just left the parade with friends and was on the platform of the downtown IRT line at 86th Street when he suffered a massive heart attack. As friends and family members heard the news, they broke down in tears.
He was an exceptional man, an exceptional leader, and someone who had devoted his life to service with the fire department.
He was gone. Couldn't believe it. They tried to bring him back, but he was gone. They had cut his tunic off.
I couldn't believe anything was more than just
Exactly.
something happened and that's it. And we really never said anything else. You know. And God bless him, and it was the way it was.
It was, that's one of the saddest days of my life.
It was a great deal of sadness in the city the next day, and he was on the front page of the papers. And how did it happen this way? How did it happen that he got a chance to lead the band one more time? But there was a certain amount of beauty in that, too.
A few days later, Big Jim's funeral would be held at the church he marched by days earlier, St. Patrick's Cathedral.
May love bless the corners of your sweet home. May you hold hands wherever you roam.
What an enormous event it was, like just the way he went, and his funeral just added to it.
Jimmy would be laughing. He says, they shut down New York City for me.
All the other pipe bands are lined up on Fifth Avenue, you know, as a mark of respect. Unbelievable crowd there. We filled that church.
The mayor, he spoke there, Jim Kinty, my father Judge.
And I remember him, you know, speaking about, you know, Big Jim marched up to 86th Street, and then he just kept marching.
He made the turn on 86th Street. And he passed all of us. He gave us the salute and the wave. He kept marching. The Lord stood up and he saw him. Ah, Jim, you're here. I've called you.
And may your days be filled with blessings.
The family, Elaine, I feel, she probably still can't come St. Patrick's Day because, you know, all the memories and, you know, they were a very close couple.
It made you proud to be a band member that day, you know, for all the people that came through and came up and spoke on Jim's behalf. Yeah, he was a good man.
When the way has grown dark.
It was decided by the band that for 1 year they would march without a drum major as a sign of respect for Big Jim and the loss that was felt.
After he died, it was the next St. Patrick's Day, they marched without a leader, without a drum major, and it was very, very sad to see it. But it was a great honor to him. It was a great thing to do.
To find a new drum major, the band held open auditions. Any member of the band could try out for the coveted role of leading the FDNY Pipes and Drums.
guys trying out and everything, and we'd be up in the balconies with signs 4, 5, you know.
9, and then somebody would come that wouldn't be doing too good. 4. The right decision was made. There's no doubt about who the drum major should be. It was hands down who the winner was.
The vote come in, and then Liam made it. Liam got the job.
He just blew everybody away. You know, Liam's a tall guy, and you need a big, strong presence up in the front there.
That was a huge thing to come after Jim Corcoran. It was very, very humbling. You don't replace a guy like that. Like, I could never think that I replaced Jim Corcoran. To me, Jimmy's an icon. You know, he's just one of those guys.
I told Liam, make it your own. Make it yours. You know, it's like you're not following anybody.
Right.
This is yours now.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it your own.